divided into a 760 minutes block, and it's a whole in total 8-hour session. And the number of questions given on a block may vary from 40 to 38, but it never exceeds 40. The total number of items in the overall examination form will not exceed 280. So you have 280 questions in total. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing my step 1 experience. So I'm going to first talk about how that day went, and then I'm going to tell you do's and don'ts and what I could have done differently before I went for the exam. So I took my exam on a Friday, and the night before I was like having mad anxiety. I could not sleep. I barely got like 2 hours of sleep before the exam. I was panicking. This is like my first exam, 8-hour exam. I was panicking and just had a lot of anxiety. So in the morning I got my oatmeal, got my protein shake, everything, took it in the car. Actually I had to call the Uber because my mom was gonna go to work, and I wasn't driving at the time I took my exam. So I called the Uber, was in the Uber, revising, going through my incorrect of my UWorld, revising. Then I got to the center. When I got to the center, first thing, I kind of could not find the area. Then like 30 minutes I was panicking. I did not know where to go. So I had to call the center again on my phone, like, hi, I'm here, I don't know where to go, So they directed me. And then when I got in there, what I first saw was that there was a construction going on above me. Understand, I am about to take a life-changing exam, and there is a construction going on above me. And when I took this exam, it was during the winter months, so like literally almost everyone in the exam had a cold, so there was a lot of coughing, snuffing your nose, all that. And I am so irritated by stuff like that, and I know it's beyond anybody's control. Like, it's a cold, what can you do? But that was how my exam went. So I got into going to the place. The first thing you do, you just tell your name. They're gonna check you if you're on the list. They show you where to go, put your stuff in the locker, You can't take your food in, so you put your food in the locker, and then you go into your exam hall. You get checked, scan, and oh my gosh, I don't want that to show. Okay, so after you get scanned, then you go into the exam hall. So that's how it went. Then after two sessions, you take a break and another break, if I am correct. I cannot remember because I took this exam a long time ago. But yeah, so that was how my exam went. Now, do's and don'ts. Number 1 do, sleep. Make sure you get up to like 7 hours sleep or 5 hours sleep at the very least before your step 1 exam. Do not go into that exam with no sleep, because that makes no sense. How are you going to retain knowledge if you don't sleep? It makes no sense, right? So don't do that. Second do, I said get enough sleep. That's the first do. Second do is make sure before you pick a prometric center, make sure you Google up what that prometric center is. Look at the reviews, because there's some prometric centers that are horrible. Mine was horrible because the noise. I had to take my exam. They're literally knocking something on my head, and I am taking a freaking life-changing exam. You've got to be kidding me. So that's the second one. And make sure that you Google before you pick any prometric center. Check up, okay, what is the review? What are they saying about this prometric center? Is there going to be a construction on the day I pick my exam? All those things, find out all that information. Third do is make sure you eat before you go. And thankfully my mom was there to like pack up stuff for me to take. So when you go to the exam, it's an 8-hour exam, you really do need to get snacks like granola bars or smoothies or something. You need to get something to eat. And I think I mentioned 4th do now, right? 1, get enough sleep. 2, Google, search about your prometric center before you get there. Before you even select that place, you have to check up if it's a good place to take your exam. 3, I said make sure to take snacks and eat before you go. And 4 is Do not panic. You have studied a long time. This is now here before you. I know it's hard. Trust me, I understand how hard it is. I myself, like, I'm a panicker. I have anxiety. Like, I literally shake when I'm writing an exam. My body is shaking. I'm sweating. So make sure you breathe. If you can listen to like a meditation before you go on the D-Day, make sure you do that. If you can speak to a mentor or a friend, someone to just help you relieve or calm your stress, make sure you do that. 5 is get a jacket before you go to the Prometric Center, because some places are cold as hell and you're gonna be freezing. And this was in December, so thankfully for me, I had my coat on, I have everything on. But I know some other shelves I've taken where I went with just like a sleeveless gown. I was out here freezing, okay? So make sure you have your like a proper outfit, because usually if this is summer months, especially if you're taking your exam during the summer, you need to get like a jacket. So when it's cold, you can just snug it. Okay, so I think I've said those are my 5 do's. So and don'ts, I think you can also grab that from all the things, my experience basically. And for IMGs, if you're an IMG, I am an IMG. For IMGs, you do not have to take a year, or I took 6 months or 7 months. You do not have to take a year to prepare for your exam, because you're gonna forget. Like, this exam, really, I think one thing I've learned after the exam is it's not about how long, it's about how judiciously you use your time, strategically plan, and make sure you're using each day wisely, so you don't have to use like extended periods of time. I understand for IMGs, like our foundation is kind of shaky because you didn't really get a good solid foundation. So I understand the need to want to work with Kaplan, do all this before you take the exam, but really you want to make sure you use less than 6 months or 7 months at the highest, not a year, because you're gonna have to explain that gap year when you're applying for residency. Okay, so that's the other advice that I have. And also, do not limit one thing I would have done differently is limit your resources. I used a ton. Kaplan, Boards and Beyond, DIT, Sketchy, Micro, which those ones are like must, right? No, let me tell you, just limit your resource to Boards and Beyond, Pathoma, Sketchy, and Uworld. That is the 4 you need. You don't need any other thing. Like, if you use so many resources, you're gonna be confused as hell. I was confused as hell. Like, this exam really taught me a lot. I used Kaplan. From Kaplan, I'll go to DIT. From DIT, I'll go to Boards and Beyond. From Boards and Beyond, I go to Sketchy. From Sketchy, I go to Pathoma. From Pathoma, I go to Gaudians Audio. From Gaudians Audio, I'll move to, Uworld was a must. So Uworld. Then I even used the Usmle RX. Then I used Ambus. 9 resources for 1 exam? You've got to be kidding me. Like, do not do what I did. That was just too much confusion for me. And I realized that okay, let me finish before jumping here and there. So that is one thing I will do differently. Limit your resources. If you have 4 resources, this is the 4 resources I'm going to use and nothing else. Don't listen to nobody. Because I used to read the student forum online, and I would see people like, oh, this is how I got 260. I'm like, oh, I need to get 260. I'm going to use what they use. Like, no, everyone is different, and different things. I hope I'm not out here spitting, but different things work for different people. You don't want to listen to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, because that's what works for them. That doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So you take all these people's advice, and only one person is taking all this advice and using everything. Like, it doesn't work that way. So make sure you don't listen to everybody's advice. Just know what works for you and go with it. The next advice, and one thing I would have done differently, is taking an Nbme practice exam. So my whole thing, I didn't tell nobody I was ready for my exam. I was very like low-key about it, just doing my own thing, because like to me, I don't see the necessity for that. It's just, if you need structure, if you need someone to structure you, to teach you how to go about it, there is nothing bad if you can afford it to go for Kaplan classes. Like, sign up for them if you're an IMG and you know you need extra boost of help. So for me, after I spent 2 months studying, I took a Nbme. and I think I got like a 200 or something. Not 200. After 3 months, I got a 200. And I was just like very devastated because I'm like, I have been using all these numerous resources. There has been no improvement. Like literally, I got like a 180 or something before I started. And after 3 months, 200. So I only jumped like 20 points, right? Yeah, 20 points. So you want to make sure that you take Nbme practice exam. Your starting date, mid, and just constant. There's so many Nbmes. I think they've even updated the Nbme practice shelves for step 1. So you want to make sure you're constantly checking your progress. Not that you're just studying for 3 months straight and you just discover, oh, I only made the 20 point jump, and your exam is already booked for next month. What are you gonna do? So you want to also make sure that you know, take Nbme practice exams regularly. And as I said earlier, if you need extra help, do not be shy, do not be ashamed. Go for Kaplan if you can afford it, pay for it. And I know so many people that use Kaplan and they go like high 250s, 240s. It's so good. So that also you need to do. Okay. So guys, I think that is all the advice, and that was all about my Usmle step 1 experience. I got my result like 2 weeks after, and yeah, it was good, but it was not that great. So I think also, do not be discouraged if you do not get your goal score. Most people I know do not really get their goal score. They get like 10 points below their goal score or 5 points below, and that's fine. As long as you like do above average, you're good, like you're solid. And do not discourage yourself, do not beat yourself up. Whatever you got, just take it and know that that's why there's so many other exams. You have step 2 so you get to show how much you work harder and improve. As long as they see your improvement on your residency application, that is all that matters. If you get a 210 or 215, do not be discouraged. I know someone who matched. He got a 215 in step 1 and 220 in step 2. Just even a 5-point jump. But like, there's so many things that entail to this, so don't let people feed you into this. It's good for you to get like a 260 or 250, but if it's not attainable for you and if you don't get that, it is okay for you to just do not beat yourself up and just think about, oh, how can I do better for step 2 CK and work harder towards that. So that is all for this video. Make sure to like, I'm trying to cover that, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like, share, and comment. Share your thoughts. If you have any questions, ask me down below and I'm gonna be answering them. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye, guys.